Hello YouTubers, wishing you all a very happy Advent time on this 2nd of December. As you can see, my porcelain pipe has awoken to new life with a wonderful black stem now. It was, I would say, nearly unused when I got it off eBay. It is a pipe which smokes wonderfully dry, even though it's not made of briar, and it has a really massive packing volume, so I won't be filling it up to the brim very often. The mouthpiece here without filter is held in the pipe head with some rubber. Fits in there very snugly, and it's the first pipe that I have with these edges. I usually don't like faceted pipes, but this one is rather nice, and it fits wonderfully into my big hand. So I will be smoking it, as I do all my pipes. But at the moment, I am smoking my Pfauen McRuty Churchwarden with a little white dot there, and I filled it up with some, what is it, Ashton Old London Pebble Cut. A flake, interestingly enough, a pebble cut, but it's a flake, and it is a gift from Thomas. Herzlichen Dank, Thomas, nochmal. Auch wieder ein Tabak, der wunderbar schmeckt. What does it say in the description? It says red mottled leaf from Carolina, oriental leaves from Macedonia, Virginia, and then mixed with some Louisiana Perique, and it makes a very, very nice and very interesting and full-bodied and I would say multi-layered mixture, and it isn't too hard to smoke. It's one of the tobaccos I have kept in my refrigerator. In my icebox, I should rather say, for nearly a year now. I tried it out before I put it in the freezer, and as far as I can say, it hasn't changed in this time. It hasn't dried out, it hasn't lost its aroma. So after some time now, I would say that the experiment with freezing my tobaccos was a success. I've noticed that in the past months I have enjoyed my pipes to a much greater extent than before. And I believe this is because I'm doing my mindfulness training. For the last weeks now I have been doing mindful walking. That is, I have been walking around, especially in my kitchen. I would have loved to do it outside, but at the moment the weather isn't really that good for walking outside, and especially not for walking barefoot. I've slowed down my walking very, very much, taking very small and very slow steps. This makes meditative walking very, very different from what we do in our daily lives, because normally when I walk I tumble from one side to the other, and it is a controlled tumble forwards. When I do my walking meditation and slow it down very, very much, there are moments when I have to balance on one foot. This is something that I don't normally have when I walk, because this moment of being on one foot alone, unsupported, is very, very short. But in meditative walking, this moment becomes longer and noticeable, and the whole walking experience changes. Very, very interesting. And I have become much more aware of my movements, not only in meditative walking but also in my daily life. I move with more care. I notice when I want to move. I notice the intent now. It is very, very interesting watching the mind and seeing how the intention to do something arises. This also influences my smoking. I have even more stillness in my smoking, even more awareness of what I'm doing. And I must say that it helps enjoying my pipes even more than before. There is a greater intensity of taste and smell than I have experienced before. And this transfer of the awareness that I am achieving in my meditation to my daily life is exactly what I wanted. I also notice it in my handling of feelings and thoughts. I am not that much thrown around by my feelings anymore. I am much more able to choose what I do. And I must say that this also helps me in my Christian life, because as with all of us, I have temptations. But now I see them coming much, much earlier. I see them coming and I don't just give in to them and have to take myself back afterwards, ask for forgiveness afterwards, try to change my way afterwards. But in astoundingly many cases, I am now able to see the temptation coming and stop myself from giving in. No, it doesn't always work. Sometimes temptations come and I don't see them creeping up on me. But there are several points in my life where I have a history of giving in to temptations. And of course these are the ones that I am working at. So yes, it's changing. It's changing. I am combining my walking practice with my sitting practice. I'm doing a quarter of an hour walking meditation and then adding at least a quarter of an hour sitting meditation afterwards. I find walking meditation to be a really, really good intro into sitting meditation. And I come out of it with a greater quiet and a greater concentration and awareness. Yeah, it's a very, very good and extremely interesting experience these past months. The course ends in December. I will try to keep my practice even when the pressure from my course is gone, because I find it very, very helpful. In January I will be taking a retreat, a silent retreat as every year, and I will try to take more time than the last years for just sitting and doing nothing. I find that it helps me to develop a greater concentration on the Word of God when I read it. It helps me to clear my thoughts, to think clearly about things. It helps me to order my thoughts. Sometimes I have been very, very chaotic in what I am thinking and feeling, and a much greater order has developed there. I find this very, very, very extremely, extremely good. In the first quarter of the next year, I will be giving a course in mindfulness at the place where I work, and I'm I forgot the English word I'm looking for. I am very curious how this will develop. I have several colleagues who are already waiting for the course, who have done progressive muscle relaxation with me. I wonder how it will turn out. Okay, that was just my daughter coming home, and I had to open the door. We have snow now, to the great delight of some of our family. My eldest daughter came home yesterday. She was out dancing. She does ballroom dancing like her parents. No, her parents are doing ballroom dancing like our eldest daughter. And her dance partner brought her home in the car. And we were very glad that she made it home safely, because it was all rather slippery yesterday. But today I look out of my windows and I see a winter wonderland. I think it's great. The streets are free again, so the buses will go down when my wife and I go dancing today. And so I wish you all a very, very peaceful and happy time now in the Advent. If you are in regions where there might be snow, have a nice winter. Stay safe. God bless. Until the next time. Bye. Okay, my daughters don't want to appear in this video because, quote, milk doesn't have legs. I don't really understand it, but then who understands the young people nowadays. So I'll just show you a little bit of our decorations. As you can see, I have some smokers. I love a lot of angels counting down the 24 days until Christmas. And some window decorations. And this here includes some lace. Let's see if you can see it. Made by my wife. She didn't do the design, but then she did make the lace completely on her own. And outside here, some more smokers. I fill them up regularly with some cone incense so they smell good, and yes, they smoke.